I love this song. I mean, her voice is just like, it's such a beautiful comfort. When I first heard this song, I thought I knew it from my childhood. And still, till very recently, I thought I knew it from my childhood until actually I looked it up for this interview and realised it only came out in 2000, which doesn't quite compute with my frazzled brain, because I could swear it was a song I knew when I was little. But then when I discovered that the other day, that made it even more special. You know, it really does feel like a kind of a warm hug from childhood. But I think I was 20 when I first heard it. So, I don't know. She's just wonderful. What an incredible voice. I love her so much, and this song is just magic.
Tom, your final choice is going to be a Radiohead track, No Surprises.
Yeah, Glastonbury Festival is such an important thing for me. Obviously, it's where I met Andy. Editors have had some incredible shows there over the years, and I grew up not too far from the site. And so when we were 16, 17, what most people did when they passed their GCSEs or done their GCSEs is they'd go to Glastonbury Festival. And 1997 was the first time I went. It was a biblical rainstorm year, so lots of mud. It was quite an experience, quite an ordeal. But Radiohead headlined. And I remember this song, I hadn't heard it before. I don't think OK Computer had been released at that point. I'd seen Radiohead support REM a couple of years before, so I was aware of them and the bends and stuff. But I remember hearing this song in the pouring rain at a place that has gone on to become the most special place in the world for me, Glastonbury Festival, and thinking, wow, that's what I want to do, what those people were doing on that stage that night. So, I mean, it's a beautiful song. Again, similar to REM, they do feel like they're beamed from another planet. They feel different to everybody else. I think that's what makes them so special. But yeah, No Surprises is a lullaby, beautiful song.
Well, before we play it, let's just talk a little bit about your album. You've rushed out a second album after 9 years called Only Smith and Burrows is Good Enough. Tell me about your collaborative process. Do you come together just every so often for a few hours or something? Or is it something you meet together and you intensely work on a new piece of work?
No, obviously we spend a lot of time together as friends and kind of socially. And the Christmas record we made, like you say, nearly 10 years ago, we've always intended to follow it up, and we always wanted to do more writing of original songs because there were a lot of covers on that album, but there are a couple of original songs that really kind of ignited something in us as songwriters working together. It's so wonderful to have a friendship, but you have a working kind of creative thing as well. So, over the years, we just had, like you said, like an afternoon here, an afternoon there, when our diaries would allow it, that we could work together in my studio and begin building this album. Over the last 4 years, it's kind of accelerated, still not very quickly, but things kind of snowballed. And then last summer, or 2 summers ago, we realised we had an album's worth of material, and we took ourselves to Nashville to make it with a producer called Jakir King, and here we are now. So it took a while, but Smith and Burrows don't really have an agenda, or there's no one kind of with a whip behind us. It's grown out of our friendship, so it kind of needs to take its time, really.
And I think that's why the songs that do come out of it are so important. They kind of grab people. I mean, I'm thinking the original album, When the Thames Froze, that's a great song which will last for years. And taking the time seems to just give you songs that are different and very much of your making.
Well, we've never been cool, so we exist outside of that. So there's no scene that we fit into. We're our own thing, which I think helps.
And you obviously have good fun doing it.
Oh, we have the best of fun. From writing the songs in Tom's attic to sitting in pub talking about old times and new times to going to Nashville together. I mean, it's not every day that you get to go and spend 6 weeks period renting a house with your best mate, recording in Nashville. It's something else, really. So I think we both feel very lucky that we get to have this wonderful outlet for our music as a side project that will hopefully just roll on until we're no longer here.
Well, there are songs here that will last on this album. Old TV shows in Parliament who we've already heard, they're fantastic. And I've no doubt Only Smith and Burrows is Good Enough will be good enough for a lot of people for many, many years to come. Comes out on the 19th of February. And Tom and Andy, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you.